I don't know my little sign for Deal of the Live.
It's missing.
What is going on? This is the Kiesel Guitars live Q&A. I'm Jeff, and today we're going to talk about guitars and whatever you want. Whatever you want to know. So it doesn't have to be guitar related. A lot of the questions are, of course, but I do race cars, so you can talk about cars, and I love to eat food and watch some good shows. So if you want to talk about food or some shows, hit me with your questions. So if you're new to these lives, this is a family business. My grandfather started this company in 1946. My dad took over the guitar division in 1970. And I'm alongside my dad here. I kind of took over the guitars in about 2012. And we have a lot of fun, get to work with a lot of cool people and build some amazing guitars for you guys. So on that note, I'm just going to talk about, I guess, some of these guitars that I have here. I have a top that I have a discount on. I have a discount on this Deal of the Live. I'm missing my little sign. That's what you guys, if you were watching from the very beginning, from the jump, I was talking about missing the sign. So I typically will have a Deal of the Live. I give a little bit of a discount to try to get somebody to jump into maybe their first Kiesel ever, or their 100th. I mean, we do have customers that literally have over 100 of our guitars. And today I actually have a really cool top. And then I have a really neat guitar here to show off. These are both Kyber models. The Kybers are selling really well, like better than we ever even anticipated. So that's been amazing. I love the model. They're super comfortable. Can't wait for the early order people to start getting them. And we're getting close, actually. There were several that we had pushed through to try to make a 5-week deadline. And so we're getting pretty close. If you have not ordered one and you're wanting one, or you've ordered one and you don't want to wait, I have this exact guitar. You can grab it, $16.99, black satin, 6-string Kyber with a roasted neck and fretboard. It's got the Empyrean and Thorium pickups, black pole pieces, black hardware. Brandon, can you zoom in on this backplate?
Yep.
Got the engraved Kyber limited edition backplate. Those are available to add to a Kyber. Originally, we were doing those early on for like the early orders. The first, I think it was 50 custom orders, which went like within a couple days. We did those at no charge. You can add that to your guitar. I think, what are they, 100?
$75.
$75. So this particular guitar right here, it's got everything you know and love from us. If you're not familiar with us, dual carbon fiber rods, stainless frets, lumen lace side dots, quarter sawn neck, all the amazing bells and whistles with the playability. This one happens to have a thinner neck profile. Of course, the roasted maple neck and fretboard. It's got no headstock wood overlay, so it's just natural with a raw tone finish. Has a new Kyber headstock. The frets are actually stainless jumbo. It's got the offset staggered rings that are in black and the black logo and black pole pieces. So a really rad guitar. Something that just looks mean, looks kind of pissed off, and then $16.99. It's pretty amazing. Like all of the above, like American made right here. I'm going to show off my top of the live. This is a 7A master grade Poplar Burl. This is going to go well on pretty much any of our models that are not carved top models, so the normal thickness tops. I'm going to let this go for $600. A master grade Poplar Burl top, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is $1,200. So this is half price for this exact amazing Poplar Burl top. If I was getting this top on a model, I would select a Kyber. I would get a roasted swamp ash body. I would leave that natural, and I would do a thin trans black burst on the top only. I've seen it. It looks amazing. I have a build in for myself right now with that exact thing. It looks absolutely money on that. Just looks so cool. Has that, that like earthy look to it. It has that modern look. It has a very expensive look. And I would leave it all raw tone, the whole thing. I think it looks so cool. Speaking of a cool guitar, I want to show off this Kyber. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. Did I show this one off before, Brandon?
I don't think so.
So it's a beautiful yellow with a trans black burst on this metal flake. Just love how this looks. Love with the roasted neck, the gold hardware, the gold pickups. It's just such a classy look. So let's do some questions. I do have I got a friend in from out of town that I'm hanging with, so gonna have to dip out of here pretty much right on time. So we started 10 minutes late, so we're gonna run 10 minutes over. So we'll be off at 3:40. If you want this exact guitar or this top, you can call my guys and grab it. Once the live is over, we don't offer the deal of the live after it's over. The reason being is by that point, we'll have probably shot it, put it on, edited the photos, put it on the website, and then it's going to be the normal price, which you're probably looking at something like that, probably right at like 1,800 or so. So it's slightly discounted and it's ready to roll for you. So on that note, what can I answer for you?
First question is from Mike. He says, I've got 3 Kiesels. Should I get a 4th, a Kyber, or a Leia?
I would definitely get a Kyber. I love the Leia. They're cool guitars, but there's just something special about these Kybers. Even people that don't necessarily think they're going to like it, they pick it up and they're like, this thing is so comfortable. The way it plays, the way it sits in like on your body or in your lap. They're pretty amazing guitars. They really are. And then, we offered them, currently it's our lowest price guitar right now. It's like, our latest and greatest, all the bells and whistles that the other guitars have, but it's our lowest price. I don't know how long we're going to run the price at $15.99, the base price, or supposed to be $16.99 is the base price. I did a limited time $100 off, and we've had the model out now for right at a month, and it's still at that. I don't know when we're ending it. We do have a 4th of July promo going on right now. So even if like this guitar is not, you're not vibing with this, you want to order something, we got a promo going on. You can even grab this top right here and add, those promo items to this top and really build something sick.
What fast food joint has the best burger?
That's a hard one. If I want like kind of a shitty basic ingredients burger, White Castle. If I want something that is readily available, depending on what state, and it's like a little higher quality, In-N-Out for sure. And then if I want to step it up one more from In-N-Out, like slightly gourmet, that we have a place out here called Farmer Boys, and they are fast food, or you can go in and sit down. They have a drive-through. So those would be kind of like, they're all amazing. One's not better than the other. Like In-N-Out's not better than White Castle, in my opinion. They're just different. It all depends on what mood you're in.
Do you guys ship worldwide?
We do. We ship worldwide. Yeah. Yeah. Every day we have guitars going out. We basically have 2 services that pick up from us. We have a international and express, and then a little later in the day we have our ground shipments get picked up. So we have 2 services picking up each and every day. Every day we have international going out, as well as, of course, domestic. But yeah, every day we're shipping internationally. On some days we're shipping up to 30 guitars in a day.
Are sparkle finishes on sale for the 4th? I'm torn between an A2 bevel delete or a solo and red sparkle.
They are not on sale. And the reason for that is there's so much extra labor on the sparkles that I probably need to raise my prices on them. So I kind of left them alone for now, but I need to take a look again and like actually like stopwatch the guys, document the process. The reason why everybody else charges so much is there's so many extra steps in a heavy sparkle finish like that. One of the finishes that's really cool that we did put on promo that has like kind of like could have a 4th of July fireworks type of vibe is the splatter texture finish. Those are really cool. You can get one of those, and those are on promo right now. There's other things that are on promo, but that would be the closest to like a metal flake, heavy metal flake.
Is the Kyber headstock available on an AC2 nylon?
It wouldn't be something that we would let you order online. You could call the guys and order it. It would be something that's very unique, obviously, to that particular build. And because it would be hard to resell to someone else, we would, ask that you prepay it and there's no return. And we would need that in writing, Sometimes people will order something, they understand that it's non-returnable, and then they still want to complain. It's like, well, we told you it's no return, and so we ask for that in writing. So we could totally do it for you. And I'm not saying it wouldn't look cool. It's just there's a limited demographic for us to be able to resell that guitar. And we've had people do like the big angled headstock on there. It looked really cool, actually. So you could definitely do that. And I think that's one of the promos, right? Isn't the headstock shape a promo right now?
Yeah, headstock shapes are discounted.
Yeah, they're discounted half off, right?
Yep.
Sweet.
All right, let's knock out this question that's been asked a couple times already that you can probably guess. When are you making a headless Kyber?
Oh, God. I got to tell you guys, like, I am ran like so thin around here. I got so much going on. And when, we launch a brand new model, I need people to like just calm down, enjoy the new model. And, it's like when you guys ask for something brand new right away, it almost makes me want to go, yeah, I'm going to wait even longer that's if I even did something like that. I'm going to wait even longer to do that. It's just, I don't know, like a band drops a new album and then it's like, oh, when's the next one coming out? It's like, dude, we just gave you a brand new album. Like, enjoy what you got right now. So just be patient. And if something new comes out, something new comes out. It's very frustrating though. I got to be honest.
Can you do a black sparkle finish without it being rainbow?
Black sparkle finish. So what we've done is we've actually painted some guitars black and then we've misted gold or silver metal flake over that. So we could do something like that. I don't know if that's what you're wanting. If that didn't really answer your question, maybe give the guys a call. I would try to talk to Chris about something like that. He could probably answer your question really good on that.
Which fingerboard would look better with a flame top with an imperial finish, maple or roasted maple?
I'd probably go with the roasted. And the reason why is you're going to get like that peanut butter and jelly kind of look. I think that looks really cool.
We have Derek Westholm saying, hey, Jeff, I've been playing my Kyber nonstop that I got from the Deal the Live. The Pale Moon Ebony board stops everyone in their tracks. Love the model more than I thought and want another. Thanks.
Oh, that's awesome, Derek. Have you had a chance to play it with the straps and the strap being on the back, standing up? If you have, let people know what you think. I'm just curious to hear what your thoughts are. Because, people talk about, the upper horn being on the back and then the rear strap being on the back. And there's a lot of like, oh, is that going to be comfortable? And everybody that comes through here is like blown away by how comfortable and how much it pulls the guitar into their body and just feels right. So be nice to hear your feedback on that. But thanks, brother. That's so cool. It's good to hear from you again, man.
And we got Paul King in here. He says, hey, Jeff, would it be possible to install an Evertune bridge instead of a trem? Change it for some fee?
What's up, Paul? No, they're not interchangeable. The routes are so different. And then sometimes with the trims, they're kind of offset. And so you're going to be kind of in a weird spot. And two, even with like, I think where the Evertune lands, it has to go quite a bit underneath the bridge pickup. There's quite a bit of difference between the two routes. And it's not something we would ever take an in-stock guitar and, route it out for an Evertune and swap it out. I do believe Evertune does that, though. They have a service where you can send in a guitar and they will actually install. Something else to keep in mind is every time we do an Evertune, we make the body thicker. So if it's a standard trem guitar, it's going to have a normal size body. The Evertune's not going to fit within there. It's going to stick out the back. You wouldn't be able to put a cover on it. The claws will actually hang out the back. You have to have a really thick body to fit an Evertune.
Can you get a 5-way on a Kyber?
You can. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever ordered it, but yeah, you can actually get a 5-way switch on there.
Also, did that Kyber move?
Oh my God, it almost fell. I didn't even notice that. What's on sale now, Brandon?
I was looking at questions and looked over. I was like, did you pick it up
No, I
and
didn't
put it
touch
back
it.
while I was looking at the questions?
I picked it up and put it back, but not recently. I'm like pushing on it. It seems okay. Be another guitar I got to take home.
What's your recommended maintenance for tung oil necks?
You know, it really depends on the player. It depends on how much you are actually picking up the guitar and what climate you live in, how sweaty these are. I don't sweat. I don't have hand sweat at all. And there's people that have really clammy hands. You go to shake their hand and they just feel like a swamp. People like that are going to have more ongoing maintenance. We do have a YouTube video on neck care. But, you know, if you're not a sweaty person, I mean, you can go 5-10 years without having to do anything. But yeah, just a little bit of tung oil every once in a while. Best, care procedure is always just keep a clean white t-shirt in your guitar case. You're done playing, wipe the neck, wipe the strings down. It takes 5 seconds to do. And every once in a while, throw that t-shirt in the laundry, clean it, put it back in the case. No big deal. That's going to go a long way too. If you get your hands dirty and you pick up your guitar, you don't wash your hands and you sweat a lot, your neck could be kind of gross, really, to be honest. You eat an In-N-Out burger and play your guitar and eat that In-N-Out burger while you're playing your guitar. It can be pretty bad.
Ryan McCarthy is asking, how would the top of the Live look with an Aurora stain?
It would look good. Yeah, I think it would look really cool. Yeah.
Any tips on maintaining a Richlite board?
Richlite's very durable. It's going to be one of your least maintenance items we have for fretboards. I don't know if you'll have anything. I'd say the only thing that would be less maintenance probably be rosewood, because rosewood has a little bit of natural oils in it. So it kind of stays lubed up, if you will. I would say Richlite's probably going to be your second best to rosewood.
What pickups come standard on the Kyber?
Kyber's an Empyrean in the neck and a Thorium in the bridge, which are our hottest pickups. You can, of course, swap those out. We just wanted to really hit the target we were aiming for with this model. It's an aggressive looking model. It's fast looking. It looks like it's going 100 miles an hour just sitting there. It's aimed at, faster, more modern players, but you could throw in some covered berylliums and, do stuff like Brandon does and just really do some tasty stuff. You guys see that 30-inch demo video that Brandon and Justin McKinney did? That was pretty dope.
Those things are so fun to play on.
Yeah.
They're not as crazy to play on as they look.
Yeah.
I know on looking at a photo of it or even in person, it looks massive, but they're still comfortable. Let's see. Is the A2 bass the only one available in short scale?
No, we do the Vader bass in a 30-inch, and then we do the A2 in a 32.
How much is the deal of the Live?
$16.99. It's got the engraved Kyber backplate, the ebony backplate. It's a pretty dope build. Just super clean. It's not on the website yet. If it doesn't sell during the Live, we'll edit the photos, shoot it, edit the photos, and put it up, and then it'll be whatever price it is. Which, for Truss Rod Cover Delete, we charge $100. That backplate's $75. The neck's $100. Stainless jumbo frets, that's $30. Black pickup poles, that's $20. By the time you add it all up, it's probably just over $18.99, $1,900, somewhere around there. So it's probably about $200 off.
Can I order a Kyber backplate separately to put on my Kyber once it's done?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, you can call the guys.
Can I do a 2-color blood splatter finish?
So yeah, splatter finish, you can do 1 color, 2 colors, or 3 colors. But if you're wanting that particular like blood splatter pattern, I guess it would depend on the colors.
Can you guys email me a spec list of my A2 8-string guitar?
If it's something that, you get us the info on, as far as what the serial number is, if you purchased it or if you bought it used, sure. Yeah, call up Eric in customer service and he can email you like your build receipt.
Any chance that you'll do a lefty DIY kit if you do a kit again in the future?
I mean, no, we won't do a lefty. I'm sorry, but I don't know that we'll do another kit. I mean, I wanted to do it, try it out. I put 50 kits. That was my limit. And we sold out in, I don't know, like 4 days. It was awesome. It was cool. Something we just wanted to, it's been forever since we've had a kit and figured we would do something. And it was very successful. I can't wait to see how the kits come out. I mean, I think for me, if I can see that you guys are engaging and you're showing off your kits, and that would make me want to do another kit way down the road. I mean, we're not doing another kit, anytime soon if we do another one. I don't even know that we'd necessarily do one next year. Maybe it's every other year if we did one. I can tell you this, though, we're not going to take a model like a Kyber or an Aries and make a kit. It's going to be something that's a little more, I guess, vanilla, like we did the Delos, headless Delos, we did that. And I took off the pick guard. So you can't get that from us. It's like, I don't want to compete with myself on a kit. So it just made sense just to try it and see how it went. So yeah, we'll see how the whole interaction is. You guys get them. How does that go? How do they turn out? All of the above. We're still way too early. You don't just like do some sales, they sell great, and then, oh, we're going to do it again. You got to wait and see how the whole thing wraps up.
What top woods do you have available for K-tops?
So K-tops, I have Flame, Quilt, Spalt, Poplar, Buckeye. I probably have some walnut. I'd have to look. Koa, I know I have. Can't think if I missed anything. I think redwood, I might have 1 or 2 for flamed redwood. Trying to think in my office. And I have some off-menu stuff like crotch burl, crotch flame, things like that are K-top. But yeah, I got some really dope stuff.
What are the scale lengths on your multi-scale option?
So for the 6-string, it's 25.5 to 26.5. 7 is 25.5 to 27. And 8-string is going to be 26.25 or 26.0 to 27.5. I keep saying 26.25 because at one point that's what it was. And then we ended up going with something different when we launched.
Any chance of a short scale PRJ style bass?
I've been getting asked that more often. You never know. I think it'd be cool. We'll see how the A2 short scale does.
Is there a wait list for the Kiesel experience?
I don't think there's a wait list. That's something you would just call in and speak with Flock. Set that up with him. We try to do like no more than 2 of those a month, I think is kind of the max. So I don't know what their schedule's like for that.
When using locking tuners, is it necessary to do full winds like 2 or 3? I've done my first replacement and there's barely 3/4 of a turn on the low E.
No problem at all. No, you don't need to do it. The only reason why you would ever want to do slightly more is if you were going to like take the strings off to clean it and want to put the same strings back on. Sometimes it can be a little hard once that little part starts to turn. and it's really short, it can be hard to get it back in without using some pliers. So that'd be the only reason you'd want to have a slightly more. But, if you're not doing like pickup testing or something like that, where you got to have the strings off and on, off and on, off and on, then I wouldn't worry about it.
Any chance of a more aggressive X design in the future?
I don't know about that. Historically, those shapes just don't do a lot for us. Designing a brand new model and programming it and doing everything associated with it, the marketing and cases and all that, it's a lot of time, so we can't just like, oh, this would be fun. It's like we got to do things that really, make sense, and it's going to be well received in our market.
Why do you not offer the headless Delos normally without a pick guard?
I've never been asked for it, so I just decided to do it as, the kit because I didn't want to compete with myself. And so you're the first person to ever even ask about that.
Nick Kemp is asking if you could go over the specs and price for the Deal of the Live again.
What's up, Nick? So the specs are, let me throw my old mans on here. We got a 6-string Kyber thin neck profile, roasted maple neck and fretboard, no headstock wood overlay with a raw tone head plate. It's got the Kyber reverse headstock, black chrome hardware, stainless steel jumbo frets, it says Royal Ebony fretboard, but it definitely does not have 2 fretboards on there. Staggered offset rings, black rings, of course. Empyrean and Thorium pickups, black pole pieces, black hardware, satin finish, and a black logo for $16.99. And it does have the Kyber backplate.
All right, we're down to about 3 minutes. You want to do 3 more questions?
3 more questions.
What is your favorite top wood for doing finishes on?
It's a hard one. I would say flame allows the most amount of creativity for me. It's probably the most versatile. Poplar has this really cool look when you do raw tone finishes. It has this like extra depth. So that's super cool. Buckeye, I get to do those like metal flake infused. It's so hard to pick. Quilt looks amazing with the candy finishes. It's like there's no right or wrong answer on that. There's just so many cool things you can do. I guess it really depends on the budget and the look you're trying to get.
Do you offer jumbo nickel frets?
We do. Yeah, by Dunlop, the 6100 wire.
All right, for the final question. 4th of July shootout, hamburgers or hot dogs?
Oh, definitely hamburgers, for sure. All day long. Cheeseburgers, to be specific. With maybe some Thousand Island on there. And if the tomato is not overly ripe, a little bit of tomato, some lettuce, grilled onions, or a whole grilled onion. Sounds pretty good. On that note, I am out. I hope you guys have an amazing 4th. Do some fun shit. I'll see you guys next week. I'm out.